How do? Be honest, how often do you look like this? Stick around and learn how not to. Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to King Bespoke Creations. Now, dust. It comes part and parcel of the majority of woodworking stuff, doesn't it? You might have a little workshop like this, or maybe you're working in your shed or your garage, and when you go at your stuff with your power tools, dust fills the air. You need to have something covering your mouth and your nose. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in. God forbid you're doing it with plywood or worse still MDF, because that's just nasty, nasty stuff. And even just with standard wood, you're going to be coughing for the rest of the night. It's not clever. Now, if you're only a hobby woodworker, or like me, a lot of your woodwork is actually done with hand tools that doesn't create dust, maybe you don't want to go down the full respiratory system that costs anything from 60, 70, 200 pound plus with full airflow systems and everything else. You might not want to fork out that kind of cash. Maybe you've been using the little paper masks to go shopping with. They're not good enough to work in a workshop. That dust's still going to get through and it's going to be not very effective at all. So we need something in between, pretty useless and way too expensive. And I think I have just the thing. This is a dust mask from a company called Basecamp. This is their M System mask. This is the 3rd generation mask that they've produced. They make loads of PPE stuff, from dust masks, cycle helmets, all kinds of stuff. I'll put a link in the description to go and check out their equipment. It might look like a lot of the stuff that's seen walking around the shops from the front. It looks very similar, doesn't it? But it's very, very different. This has a wraparound system for the back of the neck. So we slot it over the top of the ears, we fold it around the back with a Velcro system that's very strong, and it gives a very, very tight seal all the way around your mouth and nose, which is really important. It's got a plastic clip on the top that really kind of clamps down around the nose area as well. And it's got these vents on both sides so that we're not blowing steam up through your eye protection. You are wearing eye protection, right? So what happens then is the air comes out of here and escapes rather than up that nose section, which it usually do with the cheaper stuff, and it disappears and then you end up sanding over your own finger. Not good. You can replace these valves with solid valves that don't let anything in or out, if that's what you prefer. If you wanted to use one of these to go shopping, that might be an idea, because some places don't like the vents during this pandemic that we're all trying to get out of. Inside, you will notice there is extra layers. This has a filter that are replaceable. Now this is a 6-layer carbon filter. It's been developed specifically for dust collection and it's brilliant. It works really well. Completely replaceable. The pack that I've got here has 2 of these outer shells, which are completely washable. So the 2 outer shells already have 2 filters, or a filter each, attached to them, and then there's another 6 filters in there, and you can obviously buy replacement filters too. Now those filters last anywhere between 20 and 60 hours depending on the dust levels that you're actually sat in. I think realistically for us as woodworkers, we would come somewhere in the middle. So you're looking at probably 40 hours of continual use. That is a very long time when you consider that you might only be in your workshop on a weekend. So these filters are going to last for a very, very long time. Right, shall we put one on and see how it works? So, put over the face, hook these over your ears, and fasten it around the back. Quick, simple, it's done already. I can feel that that is sealed straight away. It's coming out the vents. There's nothing coming out of here. Usually you'd feel it blowing up against your eyes, wouldn't you? So when we put our glasses on, et voila, I am not steaming up. I'm not going to router my fingers off. Hoorah! Well, so what do we find wearing these masks? Well, they're really comfy. Seals beautifully. There we go. This plastic nose clip here is much better than the slightly metal fold over your nose type, because it really does hold that seal across the top. It's so nice. It's really soft, comfortable fabric. The edges are nice as well. I think you could wear one of these for a very long time. The fact that it ties at the back is genius. It does make for a very tight seal. It's super comfortable. Glasses didn't steam up at all, which is brilliant. One feature that I did like about this is the way that it's been stitched. It pokes out quite a way, so none of it is actually touching your face as you're working through. So it's not that I've got, you know, a condensation filled inner valves on here. They're not touching my mouth or my nose or any part of my face. Literally, it's just the rim going around, which is really, really good. So is this the ideal system for hobby woodworkers that aren't permanent all day long, or for someone like me that doesn't use power tools every time we come in? Yeah, I think it is. So comfortable to use. So if you're doing long projects, you're not worrying about, you know, rubbing or anything like that. Very, very good. Very impressed. Again, I'll put a link in the description down below where you can find your own pack of these. Go and check that out. Test them for yourself. Look after your lungs. Sharpen your tools. And I'll see you soon. God bless.